What is up, guys? You are now tuned in to the Bash at Berlin Community Live Watch Along here on the Casual Wrestling YouTube channel. I am your host, the Notorious Nerdy D, joined by Level Up Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
If you're new to the channel, this is a participation show. Feel free to drop your questions and opinions in the chat as we watch this much anticipated main event between the Ring General Gunther and Randy Orton. What's up? I see We Too Deep and Bobby in the chat. It's been a pretty good show so far. I think it's exceeded my expectations almost everywhere except the opening match, but we'll talk about that after this main event. I'm interested to see what's up, Ryder. I'm interested to see how they book in this show, how they end this show in a way that makes it feel special, because there's been a couple fun moments throughout the night that this main event has to deliver something that kind of leaves a good taste in our mouths, and I think then we will have escaped this fan service Bash at Berlin with kind of having fond memories of the event. It's heading towards maybe a 7 out of 10 for me, which is way above. I thought five or 6 is where I was gonna go, but I think there have been some good moments here. Bobby says, I have a feeling Randy's going over. I've seen a couple people say this, that Randy Orton could. This wasn't where I saw a title change. I never predicted a title change here, but I also didn't predict Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest winning that second match. I told you, Randy Orton. I knew we had time to set up. Randy Orton's entrance was going to be
that's okay,
nice and long.
They just give you a lot of a good thing, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, look, my day is fine. All has been set right in the world for me with Bianca and Jade being tag team.
I will
champions.
say, Bianca Belair looks good in green. That's probably her color.
Definitely.
Oh, true. Randall said if
I see that. If Randy, yeah, I don't. I don't think you have a night like this with all the fan service that they've done for Germany. I don't foresee taking the title off of Gunther. This
they are
right
cheering
here,
for Randy though.
Yeah, I didn't expect for them not to, but wait for this pop for Gunther. It's gonna be. They popped for him at the press conference, the pre-show press conference. They're gonna pop for him again. Randy's gonna, and this is gonna be a good match. This is gonna be a fun match to watch, but I don't think there's I'd say 5% chance that Randy Orton wins this match. This is a Gunther moment. This is they want the optics being the crowd cheering for Gunther. This will be what they use to kind of push through the talking heads like myself who say he's boring. They're going to point back to this moment and go, but look how he had the crowd going crazy. Yeah, but it's Germany. This is his hometown. Interesting blue lights for Randy Orton. I don't know if those are white lights and they just look blue. This has been a good crowd.
Yeah.
This has been a good crowd. They've kept the singing to a minimum.
I agree.
They've sang and they've had their moments and they've gotten loud when they needed to get loud. But
they pumped me up.
Yeah, but they were never overly obnoxious. And I also think WWE had a handle on the crowd microphones. They would kind of pump them up when they needed to and turn them down when they needed to. Ryder says, although if Randy goes over, does that turn him heel? Because I don't think they do Randy dirty like that to have him win. Yeah, I just don't think he's winning. I think there's no chance. I'm saying like I'd take my 5% and move it to a 2%. 2% chance that Gunther
for Imperium
loses tonight.
Or whatever. Their entrance looks cool with those lights because it looks like it's just extended columns.
What's that?
Like, I like how their entrance looks with those lights because it looks like they're extended columns.
I agree. Everything about this is set up to make Gunther look like a monster. I agree with what Weezu Deep says.
What?
That the psychology of this match is that Gunther's going to kind of keep one-upping Randy until Randy kind of snaps, and then that's when these mind games that Gunther's been playing, the deeper psychology will kind of set in, and Randy will do something to cost himself the match. It'll be a clean finish, though. I think it'll be a clean finish. We can finally get the heel Randy versus Cody run I want, Ryder said. I think that's where we're headed. I don't. Randy is on loan for Monday Night Raw, I believe, because as we've seen, SmackDown definitely needs Randy Orton in order to feel like a complete show. So I think there's a good chance with KO not turning and them teasing it, I think there's a good chance that Randy's the one that turns, which is, I think the right way to go. I think Randy versus Cody Rhodes will be good. Randy's big, man.
Definitely.
He's definitely big.
He's a big man.
Yeah, I agree, Ryder. They didn't pop for Gunther the way I thought they were. I can't hear as much right now on my phone, but it sounds like Randy's getting a good reaction.
That's what I said. How can you
Let's
not
see.
like
Well, we'll
Randy
hear
Orton?
right here, though. We'll hear right here. What's up, Mike? Mike said he was on an airplane with a girl that was, he's a fat lady that was coughing on him the entire trip.
Ooh.
That's rough. That's definitely rough. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this. I like having Kaiser do the ring announcement.
Me too. I think I'm just like barely behind you.
What are you seeing?
World heavyweight champion.
Yeah, you're a couple seconds behind me. He's so good, man.
I don't know why this reminds me of A Knight's Tale from the 90s.
I'm not going to lie. Ryder said it.
What?
I feel like the crowd's more reactive to Kaiser than they are to Gunther. And I think that's the testament that Gunther's just not exciting. As good as once this bell rings, it's gonna be a great Gunther and Randy Orton match. But
what if Kaiser had Gunther size?
I don't think he needs it. Kaiser's gonna be fine. Kaiser's got a bright future ahead.
Brat future.
Wrestling MV says, I wish I liked Gunther more. That's kind of the sentiment that I have, right? It's like, I want to like him. He just needs to turn like full villain, full bad guy. If he goes full bad guy and attacks the American crowd, he'd be great.
Gunther's somebody I've never gone and done backstory on because usually I go and I find out interviews and stuff on people. That's what I like to do. Yeah. So I don't know what his real personality is like. Is he mean? Is he nice? Is he just
he's mean? Most of these guys aren't.
I'm sure he's not mean, but
he was a big old fat guy. Then he lost all the weight and got in shape.
So is he like a super sweet teddy bear and then he can't be mean?
I don't know if he's super sweet.
He could be like a super sweet person. You don't know.
All right, we're fucking singing now. All right, I get it. This is the problem that happened in the first match. They're playing to the psychology of the crowd with all this let them sing, do a couple moves, let the crowd react, do a couple moves, let the crowd react.
I said I was bored by the first match. It was just too dun-dun, dun-dun,
it's the pacing. They're playing to the crowd. All the other 3 matches didn't play to the crowd. The way this match is going to play to the crowd.
I'm going to guess there's about 30 minutes on this match, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be about a 30-minute match. Probably 25 minutes.
Okay. What's the longest match that Gunther has ever had?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Not very long, right?
I bet he's had some long ones. Gunther can work any style. He doesn't have to. He can work slow and methodical, but he also works well. He had good matches with Ricochet. Yeah, I think he had some good matches with Rey Mysterio. I know everybody says that his match with Dragunov in NXT was really good. So he can work different styles with different size wrestlers.
Yeah, I was just
This
wondering.
is going to be interesting because this is the first match I've said where he's not the bigger person in the ring. Randy's clearly the bigger person.
Yeah.
Gunther looks
normal,
sickly compared to Randy Orton. But most people look sickly compared to Randy Orton.
I always imagine like Gunther's like 7 feet tall, and I know I always look up every single time how tall he is.
He's not. He's like 6'3" or 6'4", I believe.
That's it?
I believe so. You can look that up, but I don't think he's...
Where's Wavy D?
Wavy D went to a lake party.
Oh, Wavy D. He let me down. Everybody can let him know that he let me down.
6'4". Gunther's 6'4".
That's it?
Yeah, so I said he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Randy's been eating his peanut butter and steroid sandwiches.
It's definitely that P&S sandwich.
There, We Too Deep had you. He's
Thank you.
6'4". Confirmation.
You were podcasting the other day.
Randy's loving this shit. What's up?
When you were podcasting the other day, me and Dead Chef, I was like wondering, does anybody ever call Randall Randy?
I saw that conversation.
So now in my head, Randall is Randy.
Sometimes when, like, in the middle of a show, I see those side conversations, and it throws me off because I'm laughing.
Just a little insight into the Lauren mind. I always mean to Google what's going on with, what's his name? Hey, Randy.
Riddle?
Yeah.
He's in a different promotion. He wrestles.
But I wonder if he was only interesting to me because of Randy Orton. Like, would I have liked him had he not been with him?
I never liked him. I don't think a wrestling character based on being a stoner is a great.
I mean, that's definitely what it was.
Gimmick. It's a gimmick, but I don't know if it's my favorite gimmick. Ryder is hooked on.
I mean, that's true. Isn't he German?
What's up?
Isn't Gunther German?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Ryder's kind of. I'm fixated on it too. On that Gunther's not getting the reaction. Oh fuck, we're getting a wave. We're getting a wave during this match. This crowd's gonna get out of hand. They better pick the pace up. What's up, Dead Chef? There's Dead Chef.
We were just talking about you, sir.
It's all right. It's football. It's football. I got the football gods have blessed me. I was watching West Virginia, and it's been delayed because of thunderstorms.
Oh,
so I don't
nice.
know. I don't know if it's resumed yet. What's up, Ringside Renaissance in the TikTok? Thank you for showing love. Oh, now he's in the YouTube. You jump from the.
Oh, people were listening to my message. I just left it in there. If y'all want to join our main chat,
awesome.
jump on over
What's up,
to our YouTube
Ringside
channel.
Renaissance.
If you're joining us from TikTok. Peanut butter jelly time.
I mean, Randy, I do. I mean, Randy's more over than most people, but you expect the way Kaiser's getting love in Germany, you would think Gunther was going to get that love, but he's not, and it plays to the fact that he's missing something. There's just one element that he's missing, that he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy, he's just kind of boring. Look, Randy knows how to fucking play to the crowd. The crowd's getting out of control, so he's going to play into it.
Do it, Randy.
This is veteran shit here, though. You see, he re-engaged the crowd back in.
And then you got Gunther. Doom, doom, doom,
I
doom,
agree,
doom,
Deadshot.
doom.
Better watch out. These European crowds love to break out the beat. Yeah, I mean, these European crowds, notoriously, if they don't love what's going on in the ring, they'll wild out, man. They'll start throwing beach balls and doing crazy shit, singing.
Look at him. He's engaging in the wave. I'm going to do my own wave.
Wrestling MV says Randy was the wrong opponent for Gunther to get a pop against. Yeah, I said this all along. I mean, in every aspect of wrestling, this was the wrong opponent.
Everybody's cheering for Randy, I think.
Randy's bigger. Randy's better in the ring, and you can't say that about many people. Randy's better on a microphone, and Randy's definitely more likable.
And what is he, like 20 years older than him?
How
old is
the age? You'd probably be surprised because Randy just started really young.
Okay.
I don't think their age is going to be as far apart as you think.
Researcher Randall?
Gunther's 37.
All right, there we go. How old is Randy? 43?
44. So it's not
look,
that.
Look, I was close. I knew.
It's not that far of a spread.
It's like 5 years. Yeah, that's not.
It's just Randy's been doing this forever.
I imagined he was older in my mind.
Yeah, Wrestling MV said like 20 years ago you could picture like Randy Orton was a lot like Austin Theory.
Really? That's why they were he was talking about the other day, right? Like, y'all been through the bad and the good with me, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you told me or like I saw it on one of the things that I was watching that like he almost got himself kicked out, right? With all his crap that he was pulling.
What are you talking about?
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. He was a little bit of a loose cannon for a while. Blue Thunder says Gunther chop, slap, chop, call it a match. No personality. That's what we've been saying. That's been the sentiment around here is that like I don't understand all of the love for Gunther. The bones are there. The like there is a big time superstar in Gunther, but he's got to do something. He's got to go full bad guy. He needs to call Alberto Del Rio and figure out how to be that dirty, grimy heel that talks shit to the crowd. The arrogance thing just isn't working. It is not enough.
It doesn't read as arrogance.
It doesn't, like, the arrogance shit doesn't work against Randy Orton, that's for sure. Because there's nothing you can be arrogant about. Like, when you talk about Randy Orton, this dude's done everything. He's on the precipice of, like, breaking the record for most world championships. Like, you can't be arrogant to him.
I know you said Randy Orton started really young. How long has Gunther been in the WWE or in wrestling?
I don't know how long he's been wrestling in general.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Maybe somebody will let us know. But, like, I wonder if it's his lack of experience and, like, you know, where Randy's just so good because he's been in it so long.
Yeah. I mean, I would say about... There was a point in time where I thought Randy Orton was a little bit boring. I think you just, when you grow up in WWE,
Randy that way.
Well, he's not now though.
I'm just
when
kidding.
you grow up in WWE, I think you know, like Randy kind of grew up around John Cena, so I think you see the benefits of having that over the top character, right? And you don't have to take away everything from that, but you take little bits and pieces. And Randy's created a character. What's up, Starry Night? Yeah, I'm on the Bronson Reed train with you guys, but he's not ready for Gunther because Gunther's a heel, and you don't put a heel against a heel. I think right now Bronson's being built up to maybe go after Cody at some point. Maybe he makes the switch, but I don't see going heel versus heel with Bronson Reed and Gunther. I don't see any benefit in that. I mean, I could see right now even Bronson being built up for Braun Breaker at some point.
Gunther's been in wrestling since 2005.
Yeah, except that Gunther's not getting the babyface reaction. I mean, I know we're saying that's because of Randy Orton, but Kaiser got the babyface reaction. I think Gunther's not getting the reaction because
his arm?
He's just not exciting. Just let Omos beat Gunther already? That's funny.
Bring back Omos. Where is he?
Huh?
Has anybody seen Omos?
No, there hadn't been an Omos.
They should put like a Where's Waldo hat on him and then like be like, where's Omos? Is it Gunter or is it Gunter?
I think he says you can say it however you want to.
Okay, as long as you're saying his name.
Pat McAfee went through the whole spiel with him about what's the name, and then it ended up with Pat McAfee doing something like Gunther. Gunther. Is it Gunther?
I freaking love Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Kaiser has tons of personality. Kaiser's going to be great. When they finally take the leash off of Kaiser, he's going to be phenomenal. I don't know what the infatuation is with Gunther. I don't know what Triple H's infatuation is. I don't know what a lot of fans' infatuation. I see why people like him. I just don't know what the infatuation is. We Too Deep says most Germans are huge fans of Austrians. Are or are not? Ryder says Kaiser is dating Tiffany Stratton, so he has that going for him.
True. Points.
That's funny.
Hey, did you see where Dom, I don't remember, it must have been recently, where he said he was the only heel to turn heel?
Yeah.
While being a heel or something like that?
Yeah, he's also going to be the only heel that gets his fucking engagement broken off.
So is he married or is he engaged?
I believe he's engaged.
Yeah.
But, I mean, his fiance, like, there's, like, I get, like, occupational, but you didn't watch the press conference.
I didn't.
Liv literally, like, jumped and wrapped her legs around him. It was just hanging off of him and like nuzzling him and shit like that.
No,
like that. No. It was definitely not necessary. A writer says they're married.
Yeah, even worse than once you're the official wife, then you have a lot more pull and say. You know. I
mean, I said she may not be saying anything, but you can damn sure bet she's thinking shit.
It.
She's writing all this shit down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what? You don't want me to buy that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happened at the press cons? Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, for first big fight, they get in. Mm-hmm. She's gonna have a checklist of things to go over.
Oh, what? You don't like when I nuzzle the pool boy like that? My bad.
Dead Chef says Kaiser gets the real Tiffy time. Dead Chef said his wife said the same thing. Yep. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. The Dom Rhea situation was fine.
Because it touched the line, but without it being like...
It was comical, right? Mm-hmm. Liv looks like that's her boyfriend. Like, the way she straddled him at the press conference.
You know what? Do you remember when, what was it, Michin?
Yeah.
Didn't she do that
with
to
Austin Theory?
And it was this big old deal, and people were all mad, and she's like, hey, my husband knows what's going on, or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that.
You wouldn't be okay with that.
Nope.
You'd be like, nope.
Nope. Especially Michin, because that didn't even really make sense for a fucking story.
No.
That was just like a picture that she took for WWE.com.
Yeah.
What's going to be the highlight of this match is what I'm interested in.
Riddle comes back.
Does it just, I mean, is it literally just in clean? Is it going to be a clean finish? Is Kaiser get involved? What's the go home hook?
I don't know, because I don't know what. Okay.
The ending. Just the highlight is that it's over.
Gunther wins. All right, we knew that was going to happen. Or like you're completely shocked that Randy Orton wins. You know, those are the two outcomes.
Fuck. If Randy wins, then we're talking. Like, if Randy Orton wins this match, we have a lot to talk about. If Gunther wins this match and it just ends kind of straight up clean.
Oops.
I was like, what is that? Yeah, if Gunther just wins this match and is straight up and clean, I don't know that we have a lot to talk about after the show.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's been pretty straight down the line. I have a few notes, but it's been pretty much what we've talked about for the last 3 weeks. This has been fan service.
I'm calling 15 more minutes on this match.
Was it 2:45?
2:45.
I don't know if these guys got 15 more minutes in them. They're beating the shit out of each other. It's a physical match.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, fucking Randy's got like a bionic back. We can't just be putting all this wear and tear on Randy like this.
Oh, because he had all that surgery?
Yeah.
It like never ceases to amaze me that these people will go through all these surgeries and just come back and like put this toll on their bodies. Oh no. No, Randy, no. Don't go down.
Ryder says if Randy Orton won, then I see us getting a traditional Survivor Series champion versus champion match. Yeah, I mean, that'd be fun because Randy Orton can afford to lose to Cody Rhodes as a champion, and I don't think people would be that, you know, they wouldn't be that down on Randy.
How you like that, Randy? From the front.
I don't think we're talking about unifying the belts. I think we're just saying a champion versus champion match with no title on the line. I don't think anybody's talking about unifying belts. They're not going to unify the belts.
It could just be my ADD, but I sometimes get super annoyed when they just like lay there for like 5 minutes.
A little bit's resting.
I know. I understand they're like resting and stuff like that.
So main events, what I said, and we'll talk about this after the show, but this like main events have a pacing, right? Mm-hmm. You've got to keep the crowd involved, and that it felt like Cody and KO were trying to do that in the opening match, and an opening match is usually about energy.
Yeah.
Like the crowd hasn't seen anything, so they're gonna be excited. So all that slow playing to the crowd, I don't love at the beginning.
I feel like this
you do
last
it here.
Match.
You do it here.
I feel like the last match I just wanted to be like nonstop total
No,
action, and then
no.
just like
it's got to build. It's building to like a climax moment, right? That's classic storytelling.
Yeah.
You have to have your big like apex moment that you rely on, and then you have what you call like your finishing optic. Mm-hmm. What do you want everybody like? You have that pit like it's Roman standing on stage holding 2 belts. This is more than likely going to be Gunther. I don't think they're getting what they want though, because I think they thought
Gunther would be
that that the crowd would be super into Gunther winning this. I just saw what We Too Deep said. Jade and Bianca should have started the show 100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I'd probably say that has been my favorite match of the night so far.
I mean, for obvious reasons, it's
well, of course it's your favorite
my
match.
favorite match, but no, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre was the best match of the night. But yeah, it's the energy, right? The energy that Bianca and Jade bring is what you start a show with. And last premium live event, Liv and Rhea at SummerSlam was like the optimal show starter.
Yeah.
The just Cody is just, I mean, I'm starting to get on We Too Deep's train. Cody's a little bit boring. And I used to blame the circumstances that surrounded him for him being boring, but the reality is I'm starting to believe that Cody's not a, you know, he's not a
great prototype.
He's what?
He's a great prototype.
Yeah, except he's not. I mean, he's not. He's at some point he's got to be John Cena. He's got to start creating interest in his matches.
He's literally like Homelander to me. Like, even in the sense that like Homelander had like a script that he had to hit and stuff like that. That's how I feel.
That match should have been Friday. Yeah, I'll agree with that too, Ryder. I don't even know why we needed Cody Rhodes on this German card. We could have had him on Friday. I'm 100% agreeing. Alba and Isla bring pre-show energy. I just thank God the fucking tag team titles are off of them. All right, Gunther with a splash. We got to be drawing near to a finish here. But still, there's got to be a hook, right? It can't. If they're counting on the hook being Gunther wins and the crowd goes crazy, I don't think they're gonna get that optic. Bless you.
Sorry, thank you.
The women's tag match was a botch fest. I didn't see it that way. I mean, there was a few spots. I think clearly what you have is Bianca's at one level. Jade is still trying to figure out what she's going to be. And then you have the other two who just, to me, they're out of control. The other two are out of control. I can't fucking stand dental control.
Every time that you say it now, I just see teeth. That's all that I see.
That's Wavy D. Wavy D brought that up.
He did.
I love it, but Wavy D, we could thank Wavy D for dental control.
He did. And then I couldn't stop looking at Bianca and Jade's teeth, and I was like, they have beautiful smiles.
Once again, that division's a fucking nightmare. The women's tag division.
Tag team back
so We Too Deep. I said that the other day. That Jade needs to just be. I don't know what is wrong with her just being a big spot person. Even if that's what she is for the next year or two, is just big spots like the Big Show. Slow it down.
Does big spot mean like they're coming in for the kill?
Yeah.
Type of thing?
So what We Too Deep said is Jade messes up when she gets going too fast. When they try and show her when she tries to do what Bianca does, that's when she gets in trouble. Bianca can work a fast pace, but Bianca's an actual
she's like a
athlete.
gymnast.
Yeah,
and,
she's
a
she's
runner.
a gymnast, a hurdler. So she's got control. Jade needs to work like the Big Show with come in, choke slam, big kick.
Yeah.
The big elbows in the corner are good, but when she starts, at first I thought it was pretty cool, but I don't love all this coordinated tag team moves that they do.
I thought that's what they were doing when they finally tagged her in. Like, okay, this is going to be it. She's going to do something. It's going to be done. And
they kind of started
cool.
like that, and then it got
and then it switched up on us.
Give her the WMD. Let her just punch people in the face.
What's a WMD?
I believe that was the Big Show's punch, right?
What your mother do? That's what I imagine.
What your mother do?
What your mother do? She slap you in the face because you're being an asshole.
All right, they're cheering for him now. Still not. It's still not a big reaction.
No.
When you put your finger up and they just kind of like, yeah, cool.
Weapon of mass destruction. All right. Now I know what a WMD is.
Was that on purpose?
I've been educated.
Oh, out of nowhere. Let's go. One.
Wait, I'm behind.
Oh, shit. I thought Randy had him.
I'm like way the fuck behind.
You didn't get the RKO yet? Mm-mm. What's up, Matronics? It's time for Jade to turn bad. Not yet. She's not ready. She's definitely not ready. Jade 100% needs to be under the tutelage of Bianca Belair for at least another year. I think that the plan is to let Bianca protect her until she's ready. She's not ready. She can't turn.
This is my wing of protection.
Yeah, 100%. Like the formula for Jade is simple. Bianca goes in there and does all the real work, and then Jade gets to come and hit a few big spots, and then Bianca can take the bumps and clean up, and they can finish the matches together. That formula works for them.
Get it, Randy.
Yeah, Ryder, I do think the crowd...
Where are you at? Is he like at the table right now?
He's clearing the table.
He just moved something to the side behind them, kind of, by the prime table?
No, he's on the other side of the table. He just knocked the papers off. You try and reset your feed?
Maybe I'll try that. Because I'm like way behind.
At this point, Dead Chef, if that wasn't the plan for Kaiser to save him, I think they need Kaiser in the ring when this thing ends, because that's who they're going to pop for.
Are they showing Gunter on the stairs?
He's
like moving him. I mean, sorry, Randy's moving him?
Yeah, he's sliding the stairs now.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
What if Vinci came out here and cost Gunther the match? A little bit of payback.
You mean the third person who everybody forgets about?
Well, they've been on SmackDown. They've been running little like video packages for him. He's going back to his like Italian character.
Benevici.
100% Starry Night. Break glass in case of emergency with Kaiser. Like, this is an emergency. Gunther's not getting the reaction we thought he was going to get.
He just hit his head. Is he okay? I always get afraid that somebody's hurt.
Ryder said, just have Kaiser bring out Stratton. That'll get the crowd going. This is a long match.
There's 5 minutes left in my ETA.
Yeah, but they in premium live events, it never ends on the hour.
Is Randy bow-legged?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Wrestling MV. I think that at this point it's an audible. I think at this point they didn't want him stealing the thunder, but now he's got to bring the thunder. This is a lot of wear and tear on
Gunter?
On Randy.
Is his head okay? Look, his head looks like it's bleeding, right? Am I making that
Gunther?
up? Yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a shit?
I still don't want him to get hurt.
It'd make it more interesting if he was bleeding.
I mean, look, he's just sitting there holding his head like a little baby.
He's bland as shit. He needs some color. Yeah, I mean, the crowd's popping for Randy, man.
That's crazy.
How
do you feel if you go to like your home country?
It's not his home country. Let's be clear.
Where's he from?
Austria.
That's not in Germany.
No.
Okay.
It's a neighbor of Germany, but it's not.
Maybe that's why they don't like him.
Well, that's what We Too Deep was saying. But clearly WWE had the belief that he was a close enough neighbor that they were going to pop for him.
Well, clearly they don't know nothing because
I think they whiffed on this. I think this is a Triple H not seeing this coming, not understanding that Randy Orton is at a level where he kind of transcends.
Like calling him, a Cuban and Mexican. They're all the same. It's okay.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I mean, I think it's close enough. I don't think he's off. I think it's the problem is with almost anybody but Randy Orton, he gets the reaction you want. But we said this when this started. Randy's the wrong guy to put Gunther in the ring with.
Go, Randy.
I gotta say, man, Gunther looking real human right now.
No. They're both so red right now.
I just don't think that they were. I don't think they're confident that the rest of the like casual fans have enough Dragunov lore for that to be a main event. I get what you're saying, and for the people with a little bit of deeper knowledge, that match makes sense. And I think they field tested it at the house shows this past week. But I don't think that Triple H had the confidence, especially in the way he's booked Dragunov up until now. I don't think he had the confidence that could be the main event either. Yeah, wrestling, it's exactly right. Randy Orton, very close to Stone Cold. You're going to get booed. Oh, I like that. That would be fun if Dragunov joined Imperium tonight and cost Randy Orton the match. That's that twist. That's that hook. I like that, Deep. That's a hook that gets us talking as the show ends.
True.
He got me a little bit excited now. Which isn't good, because I get excited and then I get let down.
Every time you say excited, I want to go into a Borat voice and go, very excited.
All right, we got to be nearing whatever the big apex of this match is. We're nearing it, because we're calling for another RKO right here. All right, sleeper. Here we go. This has got to be setting up this last moment here. Orton's going to hit an RKO, and something's going to happen. Okay.
There's definitely something happening, right?
I mean, this is a long time.
Why does Randy look like he's going to pass out?
This is a long time to be choked. I watch UFC. You don't get choked this long.
No.
You go night-night if you get
Randy,
choked
break
that
it.
long.
Ooh, there's just like a bunch of spit or something that came out. It's pretty purple, though. How do they make themselves turn those colors?
I don't think they make. I think he's getting choked a little bit. Like they choke a little bit. They just. That's why he's got his hand there, so he can kind of, probably give him an idea for the pressure.
Look at all the sweat just dripping off of them.
Ryder, I'd see Ryder. I don't think the casual fan knows the history enough for Triple H to take that in consideration.
What is the history?
Exactly.
That's
my point. Between Ilya Dragunov, he said he doesn't like the idea of Dragunov joining because they have history, but I don't think that the average
Randy.
casual fan. I know this is looking interesting. If he's just going to choke him out to finish this thing,
that's kind of bullshit.
It's not bullshit, but it's
For Randy, it is.
Oh,
I'm Team Randy.
I got you.
There's like a booger or something on the side of his nose. Do you see it?
I mean, he's being choked.
I keep on turning my head like as if I do, I'm going to be able to see more that's going on.
Fucking Randy's carrying him.
I know. He's giving him a piggyback ride.
Ooh.
Get it, Randy. Fuck. Does Randy take this? Does he win it?
I did it. I got him again.
I'm behind. Damn it. And I even reset it.
Damn, Randy's getting ragdolled right here.
Look, he even plays like I'm hurt so good.
Are we getting Randy passing out?
No. He kind of looks like a
so
crying
much
baby.
Choking, Starry Night says.
There is.
Wake up, Randy! Wake your ass up!
No! Is he passing out?
That's it. That's the hook.
What was that?
I don't think that was the right move.
No.
They're not popping. The optic's not what they thought it was going to be.
No. That was a letdown.
Crowd looks a little confused even.
Like, well, especially because if you can't see what happened, like, you're like, what happened? Like, why is it over? What just...
Ooh,
all of that for that?
Man.
I'm let down. Yeah, I don't even know what to say
Grab
right now.
a microphone and fucking turn on your home crowd. At least leave here with them booing, because this is not...
You want to be a heel, Gunter? Here's your sign.
Got the shit beat out of yourself for a good 30 minutes and then choked your way to a win. Couldn't even fucking... Oh. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, Ryder. It's looking more and more to me like
choice.
I think that the title should be on Drew McIntyre right now. That title, that like the main event of this show should have been Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. I understand that they thought the optics of this made sense, but this wasn't the main event. This was a great third match on a card.
He took it. Randy took it. I'm sad. Sad inside.
I mean, so what happens on Mondays is now Gunther comes out and says, I needed to get my definitive win against Randy Orton, and I got it.
I am your ring general.
Great. You can be boring again. Are they going to shake hands?
I have a question. On premium live events, are we still doing Baddie of the Night?
No.
Okay. You would have been surprised with my vote this week, Dustin.
It'd have been Bianca.
It was going to be Bianca.
Easy.
You missed me to be on your team.
All this fucking hugging and shit tonight, I'm not with. Fucking KO and... God, you talk about fan service.
We were watching it, and I was over here.
RKO him right here.
Making up conversations
RKO him
that they
right
were
now.
having.
RKO him right now. No.
I really respect you.
Fucking Mr. Rogers.
It's okay.
This was the fucking feel-good
In this business,
hour.
we all have a time. Your time is now, son. Daddy passes the torch. I forgive you for choking me.
Oh, my God.
How can you be a heel and
I'm so confused.
shake somebody's hand, though? He should have knocked his fucking hand aside and said no.
It hadn't been that impressive, Jackie. It hadn't been that impressive. I'm turning my shit off. All right, what do we score that, guys? What are we scoring that?
What was our scores again? What does 6, 7, and 8 mean?
I'll pull it up right now. Because my score just changed.
I'm going like a 6 point. Or we're not doing 0.5s, right? We're not 0.5 in them.
You can. I mean, you can give it.
I'm going to do a 6.5. Not quite a 7.
Let's see. I can bring it up. The casual wrestling grading scale is 10 is perfect. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
9 is classic. It wasn't
classic.
classic. 8 is amazing. It was
Nope.
not amazing. 7 is great.
Wasn't great.
It wasn't great. 6 is good. 5 is average. 4 is confusing. 3 is bad. 2 is awful. And 1 is unwatchable.
I'm going to go 6 then. I lied. I'm going to go bring it down a notch. It was good. Wasn't great.
So, here's my initial reactions to what I saw.
Give it to me.
The way a typical wrestling match for me is supposed to look is it's supposed to be bookended with great matches. Okay? Start the show and end the show with your best shit. Mm-hmm. And then everything that's in the middle is supposed to just complement the beginning and the end. This was a complete opposite of the way a wrestling show is supposed to be booked. We had a ridiculously bad-paced first match with Cody and KO that ended in a hug, Mr. Rogers shit, okay?
Yep.
I got a tolerance for one Mr. Rogers shit per night or per premium live event, okay? It's also bookended on the back end with another match that was extremely long while it was a good match. And I'll agree with Bobby Sherwood. The psychology of the match was I wouldn't go to say perfect. It was good. It was a good psychology in the fact that you got the pacing of Gunther getting beat up then coming back. That's typically how wrestling works. But to me, those two matches were the bad. They are what drew my score down. Because look, Bianca and Jade Cargill being tag team champions again, that was enough for me. I get that. I'm happy. Okay? So it takes a lot to bring me back down out of that moment. When I look at this card overall, this was a 5 out of 10. This was the most average wrestling show that you can have from my perspective, because here's the thing. Gunther's giving a speech. I don't give a shit because it's going to be boring. Here's the thing. When you have your 2 major titles book in the show, beginning and end, that should be recipe for an 8 out of 10. We're talking minimum 8 out of 10. But instead, I'm saying that the two bookend matches, the 2 world title matches, are what brought the score down tonight. I mean, like, I have my notes for the opening match are the pacing in this match is too slow. This is very underwhelming for Cody Rhodes is supposed to be that guy. Cody Rhodes is supposed to be our John Cena, our guy who can create excitement. He's supposed to be that guy. And he didn't. He did. Like, the energy starting off that show was definitely lower than what it should have been. Now, I feel like it immediately picked back up. Bianca and Jade, they brought the energy back up. I wrote here, all is right in the world again for me as far as Bianca and Jade go, because if that division is going to be a complete shit show, which it is, let's not get it twisted. All 3 tag divisions in WWE right now are complete shit shows. And the women's is the worst. And that's saying a lot. Because the Raw men's is a shit show. The Smackdown men's is a shit show. And the women's division is the biggest shit show. But if we're going to have a shit show, let's at least put the tag team titles on the best marketable tag team that we have. Okay? If we don't have anything else for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, let's make them champions. Let's make them dominant. And let's just use them as a feature where they come out and they beat the shit out of every other women's tag team that exists, so that we can just be excited to see Bianca and Jade. They're not a sideshow. They're not getting beat up by other people. That to me, all is right, at least in that division. It is the best of a bad situation when it comes to the women's tag team. Ryder says the best tag team division in WWE is NXT. Look, I'm hearing about this Chef Shawn Michaels. I keep getting told about Chef Shawn Michaels. And the reality is, I think I might have to start watching some NXT.
True.
I might have to turn on NXT tomorrow. Our daughter is sick now. We're not going anywhere. We're stuck.
True.
We're stuck in the house.
Stuck in the horse. And I said it's stuck in the horse.
Stuck in the horse. Stuck in the house. We'll be stuck in the house. So I'll probably turn on NXT and see if that's a pickup spot for me. Guys, don't pay attention to Barry Allen. Barry Allen comes in here week after week telling me to answer his question. He thinks I run a personal show for him. Then he'll go in the comment section after the video and complain about me not talking to him. He's a little bitch. Barry Allen's a bitch. The Flash is a bitch. So we go from Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Match of the night. This saves the night. In fact, my 5 is now a 6 because I'm remembering what I saw. That was perfect. Like, there's something to be said. CM Punk, and this, you can tell this is being booked by CM Punk. This is not, Triple H and Punk may be working in conjunction to work together, but this is classic CM Punk mentality. This is old school wrestling booking. Drew McIntyre gets one, CM Punk gets one, and then we're getting the rubber match at Bad Blood. The pacing's perfect. I thought
got the bracelet back.
The strap match was, sometimes to me, strap matches are gimmicky and stupid, and you got to touch 4 corners, and that can be dumb. No, this was beautiful. This was absolutely, if I'm being Dave Meltzer right now, and I'm doing the weird 5-star rating, and then I'm going to give like 7.5 stars, that's like an 8-star for me. It was perfect. It was a perfect, like, when you talk about trilogies, right? Typically the second movie is not great. typically the second movie is not the best movie. So far, the sequel is, look, hey, the first one with Seth Rollins, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yep.
The sequel, the strap match, phenomenal.
Yep.
I'm excited for what we get. It better be the main event of Bad Blood.
I think my favorite part of that match is when he picked up CM Punk over his shoulders and then he was touching the.
Yeah, no, that was
behind
great.
him.
That was great. It was like a little bit of comedy, but it was built into the psychology of the match. It worked. I loved the fact that I kept saying, I don't think CM Punk can win clean. I don't think CM Punk can win clean. But I forget. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, both professionals, both understand psychology of wrestling. Drew McIntyre understands that he doesn't have to win every match, that this just builds to the lore of that final match. And that final match is going to be outstanding. I believe it's going to be Hell in a Cell. I believe it's going to be a bloody, just masterpiece of just raw wrestling and old school mentality. So that saved the night for me. That was the apex. Bianca and Jade winning put me in a good mood, okay? CM Punk and Drew McIntyre made me realize Triple H just didn't understand the order that matches needed to be in tonight, because that was your main event. That was your match of the night. That was the best thing we saw. Now, then we got Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, which I will say, the actual match was good. Like I thought I thought Liv Morgan looked extremely good in the match. I thought she held her own with Rhea Ripley. There was never a point in time where it felt like to me that Liv was out of her element. Same for Dominic Mysterio. They held their own. They did exactly what they need to be to be effective in that situation, and that was kind of sneaky heels. Now, I don't get the finish. I don't understand the finish. And maybe I've got to think deeper into it, but it just feels like, and I saw We Too Deep even say it felt like, the Judgment Day invading and stuff, that was supposed to play into later on, like needing to ban them for the ring or put them in a cage or do a Hell in a Cell. It felt like to me, but here's what I was saying during the match. They're not getting the Hell in the Cell match at Bad Blood. That I believe 100%. That is going to Punk and Drew. Ryder says, I think it wasn't anything deeper than fan service. I think you're right. I think they knew this is kind of a throwaway match, that in the bigger scheme of things, it doesn't matter, that Germany's going to pop if the baby faces get over and get the win. So I agree with that 100%. I think I do believe that was a fan service thing. I will say, I've now bought into this subscription and this theory that we're not nearly done with the Judgment Day versus the Towers of Terror, the Twin Towers, whatever they're calling themselves. No. We're not. I don't think we're done with that. I think that's going to roll out to Survivor Series. I think at Survivor Series, we see the workings of a men's match, right? We believe it's Bloodline versus Bloodline. But on the women's side, there's nothing in play. And you can't tell me that you think they're going to do like a Damage Control versus a Stud Line, and that is like the main feature of that match. Well, I think they may be involved. I don't think that match is going to need anchors, and I think you could anchor it with Liv on one team. Liv could go out and get the Stud Line, because I think she has some history with like Sonya Deville and a couple of those people. Yeah. So Liv could get the Stud Line. Rhea could pair up with Damage Control, and then you could form out the Survivor Series match that way. It's not untypical for them to take a couple storylines and mash them together to create a Survivor Series. It's never the most effective way to do it, but I think at this point in time, I think this is where we're going. So Wrestling MV, I don't think that Rhea gets the title back at War Games. I think that Rhea gets to beat the shit out of Liv Morgan in a cage, but here's the problem. When you start looking at the way things are playing out right now, you have to start to investigate who's next for Rhea Ripley once she's done with Liv Morgan. And it's not Bianca Belair. Them winning the tag team championships tonight just let me know that Bianca Belair is basically going to be the Qui-Gon Jinn to Jade Cargill's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, it's Padawan and Master. They're going to be linked together probably all the way through WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So even, but they're not gonna send Jade out on an island. What they're gonna do at WrestleMania is gonna be more than likely what you're probably gonna see at WrestleMania is gonna be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus two big, probably like Trish Stratus and Lita or something like that, right? They're gonna get that feature match with two big names that look good on a poster. But I think they're gonna remain a tag team as long as Jade Cargill is still a little bit like, not all the way there. I think she
Chelsea
stays.
Green and Piper
It's what?
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven got into it.
What do you mean?
Like if they ended up being,
it's not a big enough match for WrestleMania. I think like at some point,
I hope they go against.
I 100% believe at some point they will get Chelsea and Piper versus Bianca and Jade on SmackDown, but that's not WrestleMania. Ryder's saying like Trish and Becky, that makes sense. A Trish and Becky partnering makes a lot of sense for a WrestleMania. It's got enough big names, but then that leaves you with like, what is, is there a possibility that they could hold off on Rhea Ripley all the way to WrestleMania? Can they play this long enough that we get Liv versus Rhea at WrestleMania? I think there's a possibility they could do that. There's a possibility they could hold out that long. I will say, one thing I noticed tonight, I'm not in love with Rhea Ripley playing up to being babyface. A little too much with the facials tonight. A little too much with... but the difference is, I heard you say something, and so this is you said, when she made those faces, you said, oh, Rhea's good at playing crazy.
Yeah.
So you interpreted it as crazy. I interpreted it as playing to the crowd. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking to nitpick with Rhea Ripley because I don't think her character needs to change in order to be babyface. The crowd was cheering her all along. I don't think she needs a big change in order to play the babyface role. I don't think her or Damian necessarily have to change at all. Dead Chef says, I don't think that Nikki Bella wrestles anymore. Yeah, I don't think she will either. I don't know if that she was in a wrestling match the other night.
We all know what happened with that.
Yeah. Ryder, I think she was just trying too hard. I agree. I think Rhea was just trying too hard. I think it's interesting, I think sometimes you get in your own head and you think like, I'm babyface now. I've got to be babyface. But I think the reality is, I think she's okay just playing up to who she is. I think MV says, she's just having fun. I agree. And I will say, the farther we got into the match, it didn't bother me. I think it was just...
the initial, it reminded me like Kiss.
This was supposed to kind of be a serious moment for Rhea Ripley, right? It's her get back against her ex and the woman who scorned her.
I wanted her so badly to pull Dominic in the ring by his hair, or maybe what's that spinny thing that they do when they spin them around?
Well, she put him in a fucking leg lock in the corner.
Yeah, but still,
that was pretty,
I feel like this needed to happen.
I don't know what more you want. She also licked Liv Morgan in the side of the face, which you kind of predicted that. It's not a kiss, but it was a lick.
Close, yep.
You pretty
she
much
marked her
called
territory. Ew, I just don't ever want to be licked on the face.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty much the night, and then we bookend it with what we saw at the end, which was a very long Gunther and Randy Orton match that was not a bad wrestling match, but I don't think the optics. I don't think there was any world that Triple H thought coming into Germany that Gunther wasn't going to be at least cheered equally to Randy Orton. And I just never got that optic. It never felt like that to me. It always felt like the crowd really wanted Randy Orton to win.
Yeah.
And so the idea for me is, if that's what you're getting, it almost feels like there needed to be a conversation somewhere in that match between Randy Orton and Gunther that, hey, you got to turn. You've got to just start being nasty. You're going to have to get this crowd angry at you, because if you can't get them on your side, grab a microphone and then talk down on Germany. Gunther's gonna have to step up at some point and be nasty. He's gonna have to get ugly. I said he's gonna have to take a play out of the Alberto Del Rio or the JBL. JBL is what he's really got. He's gonna have to take a play out of the JBL handbook and just figure out how to turn the crowd against him. Because it is this weird thing right now where Gunther almost, at this point to me, feels like he'd be a better babyface than he is heel. There's a point now where I'm starting to think, all right, if this is the Gunther we're going to go with, let's figure out how to make him babyface. Let's turn Kaiser against him, and let's run with Gunther's babyface. Maybe that's why they don't want him turning heel, so deep heel, is that they're going to turn him babyface. But once again, you run into the problem with is once again, what there's not enough heels. We Too Deep says, I think we're going to do John Cena versus Gunther at WrestleMania. It looks like, because John Cena was teasing that he wants the World Heavyweight Championship, I think that is a strong possibility. I still think that Cody Rhodes versus John Cena is a fun match, but I'm not mad. I think John Cena is that guy who has the ability to pull personality out of people. And so I think if you want to see, like, it's put up or shut up when you get in with John Cena. Like, John Cena exposed Roman Reigns. So John Cena is the guy. He's not going to take it easy on somebody. He's going to force you to step up. So if it is John Cena versus Gunther, that's exciting, because I think it will force Gunther to put up or shut up. I do believe. He was a great heel with Damian. He had no material. I don't think he was a great heel with Damian. I think, once again, right now, Gunther's so reliant on the story of the babyface. And I always, that's always an issue, because if you don't have the proper babyface, the same way I feel about Cody. Cody's very reliant on the story of the heel. You've got to make your own story. John Cena accomplished so much that it got to a point where John Cena had to create the story. Mm-hmm. Right? He had to make it exciting. He had to, and then every so often you get an epic heel who comes along and it elevates it. But like with Gunther, I think that story was more about Damian Priest. You know, they kind of played on the struggle of Damian Priest, less Gunther Gunther took some shots at him, but I still don't think that was enough to substantiate and create. Like, Gunther just needs to pull together whatever this persona is he's going for.
Yeah.
And he's got to figure out, you got to have, like, I say this all the time, you got to do one thing real well, right? And so he's real good in the ring, but that's not going to translate with casual fans. He's going to have to figure out that one little thing, that one little element that gets people interested when Gunther comes on camera. And it's not walking around the arena talking about how good you are. It's not the smug, I'm just a pro, like, I'm just a wrestler. That works to an extent, but there's got to be a little bit of nasty on the back end of that. You can't just choke people out. Like, that's not going to fly long term. There's a lot of people tonight who, I guarantee you, they don't have a We Too Deep explaining to them the psychology. They don't have a Bobby Sherwood explaining the psychology to them while the wrestling. There's a lot of people who watch that match and they just leave it and go, what happened? He just got choked? That's how that ended? Like, not everybody has that knowledge surrounding them like we do. We're able to have, like, people in our community who see the deeper meanings, right? And they explain to us, this is what's going on. That's what makes it fun watching it as a community. But I think there's a lot of people who leave Bash at Berlin and they kind of have their shoulders up like, what happened? That's it? That's what happened? It is casuals. It's the all the little kids that are watching. I don't know if that translates to them. All the grandmas that are watching, because WWE has a very vast fan base. It's not AEW, where the one thing about AEW is you can bet 90% of the fans are informed fans. With WWE, a lot of the fans, I'm not informed. A lot of times I know you're messing with me. I saw that. I mean, I'm saying, but it is like the reason I call this show and this channel Casual Wrestling is because I'm not joking. Like, while I'm informed, there's a lot of the psychology and shit that I miss. I like the soap opera, but I don't know some of the deeper elements. The reason like Gunther is boring to me is because I don't read between the lines. I don't have the lore. So when people start talking about, you know, I don't want Dragunov joining Imperium because of their history, I'm the prime example of a casual wrestling fan who says,
cool, tell me why.
I don't know the history. I don't have my knowledge of Dragunov is literally from the time he joined the main roster. That's what I know of Dragunov. And that's why I say I'm a casual wrestling fan, is because I'm not when people go back and watch this, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go do research to this. Like, what is presented in front of me is my knowledge of wrestling. I have gaps in my knowledge because there's times I didn't watch. And so that's what I'll say about like stuff like that is just, I don't know if that final match translated the way that Triple H, sometimes I think Triple H may fall into a little bit of assuming that the crowd's smarter than they are. But I do think that tonight was fan service. I think it was fan service. I think it backfired a little bit. I don't think it was a bad show. 6 out of 10 to me. Like I said, Bianca and Jade, a couple people said botch fest. Yeah, I mean, but you kind of come to expect that, especially in a division that's completely fucked. And like, I don't have a lot of faith in Dental Control. I'm not looking for a 5-star match out of Dental Control. Like, Bianca's definitely the anchor of that match, and it's like LeBron James going to play pickup at like a local park, right? You got to dumb it down a little bit. Breezy says, I absolutely need Dirty Dom to win Money in the Bank next year. I'm behind it. I'm not mad at that. I think Dirty Dom is been far more successful than I ever thought he could have been. Cody stated that Triple H wasn't at the show because his daughter started college and he wanted to be there for that. Yeah, so you didn't give a shit. So you didn't realize this is the fucking inmates running the asylum tonight. That's what happened. This is exactly what Triple H needed it to be. It was just, hey man, go put a show on that's good enough that continues, and then when I get back, we'll get down to business with Bad Blood. When I get back, we'll start talking about real Smackdowns that are on USA. Oh, when I get back, we're going to start planning for when Raw goes to Netflix. I believe that's exactly right.
That's coming up, no?
Yeah, that's all coming up. Like, the Smackdown moves in 2 weeks. So we're done with the bullshit on SmackDown. That actually makes a lot of sense. That like Triple H was kind of like, let's just put together a show. And we talked about it being fan service, and that's what it was. Like look, if you look at the key moments of this night, it's fan service, right? CM Punk gets the bracelet back. That's fan service. Bianca and Jade winning. That's fan service. Cody Rhodes winning. That's fan service. Gunther winning, they thought was fan service. Rhea and Damian winning. That's fan service. This was a night about fan service. How do you think Joe Tessitore does Monday on commentary? Going to be weird. I haven't even gotten that far in thought to think that we're getting a whole new commentary team on Monday Night Raw. It's going to be interesting.
Oh.
It's going to be very, but one thing about WWE is if it doesn't work, they won't let it last.
Yeah.
It'll go about 4 or 5 weeks, and then they'll figure out, all right, we need somebody else.
True.
Do you think the final episode of Raw on USA will be big? No. Nope. The final episode will not be big. It will be the first episode on Netflix.
That will be big.
Will be big.
Yeah.
No. The final episode of Raw on USA will not be big. It will be a probably just normal episode of Raw. They will all the Smackdowns will be more important because that's what USA paid for. Netflix doesn't pay all that money for you to go, let's do one big show on Raw. Like, I get the sentiment, but no, there's no love law. Like, SmackDown will be fine on USA, with Monday Night Raw going to Netflix, that night is going to probably be epic. That first night, I wouldn't be surprised if you get an F-bomb dropped on the first one, right? Just to test it, just to see how far they can push the limits. I wouldn't be surprised if the first Raw on Netflix isn't where like The Rock pops back up.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, just because, right? Like The Rock's got ownership in WWE, and they're gonna want that first night to be awesome. Insane, right? They want it to be the most talked about thing. It will rival a premium live event. You'll probably get like Stone Cold and The Rock and John Cena. You'll probably get a ton of crazy shit. I think that the first night on Netflix will be just jam-packed full of shit. That's all I got, guys. I gotta go watch some football. I gotta go. Yeah, there's shit to do. Texas A&M plays tonight. I don't know. Did West Virginia ever start again? Are they still on rain delay, or did I miss it?
I don't know.
But that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging out in the Discord as well. I know there was a lot of other stuff to do, but we got to kick it and watch Bash at Berlin together. Next week, we got a Raw after show. We'll have a Mike and D hot take bash. Hopefully nobody gets sick, so I'll be able to do a Nerdy D podcast and a community show as well as a Smackdown after party. Mm-hmm. But that's it for now. The party never stops. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Like, share, and comment. And Lauren, ring the final bell.
Ding, 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 ding.